hard to capture, extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifesting. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my psyche.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, and today I want to have a conversation with you guys about Jigen's secret power that he used in the battle against Naruto and Sasuke. And for the anime only fans, the Boruto manga chapter is going to be coming out in a few days. We're literally 5 days away from the chapter coming out, but this is something I wanted to go ahead and talk about now opposed to when the actual chapter comes out, because I have high expectations for this upcoming chapter. I really feel like we're gonna get a lot of information there, and so I wanted to kind of talk about this before we even get into the actual chapter. So I thank you for your support. This is one of those rare times where I'm gonna be doing some spoiler videos before I actually get to the actual Boruto manga chapter this month. So I'll just say stay tuned, because I am gonna try and work on some extra videos this month. That way when I get a Boruto chapter discussion, I can upload something that is non-spoiler later on during that time, because I don't want to alienate the anime only fans of the channel. So with that being said, if you're still here, I'm gonna assume you're okay with me talking about spoilers. So one of the common complaints I've seen when it comes to Jigen is the fact that this guy came out of nowhere. He was super powerful. He was able to keep up with Naruto and Sasuke, and then once he transformed, he was able to body Naruto and Sasuke. And a lot of people are saying, why is Isshiki Otsutsuki this powerful? Why is it that he was able to kind of raffle stomp them? And so I went back and I just reread the chapters leading up to that fight, and I really feel like this is one of those times where I think people have overlooked a very key factor leading up into that fight. So when you go back to the chapters where Sasuke was spying on Jigen, what did you actually see during that time? So Jigen absorbed chakra from the Ten Tails. Now, I don't think people are fully understanding how much of a boost that's going to give Jigen's body. So to put this into perspective for you guys, at no point during the war did Naruto have both halves of the Kyuubi chakra at the same time. Naruto, with only one half of the Kyuubi chakra, when he was giving out small portions, just a little slap on the wrist, he was able to power people up over 3 times what they're capable of doing on their own. So if only one half of the Kyuubi chakra could allow somebody like Kakashi to teleport like a freaking 8 Tails Jinchuriki in its fully transformed state, what do you think absorbing a massive amount of chakra from a 10 Tails is going to do for Jigen's body? So when you really look at it, this is one of those situations where I feel like if you take away that 10 Tails amp, if you take away that amp, because the 10 Tails, its power is on a completely different level than any of the other beasts. When Naruto tried to sense that chakra, when he tried to sense the chakra, the first thing that he noticed was the fact that the 9 Tails was right. Kurama told him that the power that you're trying to sense is immeasurable. And it's one of those things where, think about what happens if you just get a small dose of that chakra. Like if Naruto was able to go 3 times, then just by that logic, you could probably say that like the 10 Tails could give you 100 times boost, which is equal to what you got with the 8th inner gate, where you go into the 8 inner gates formation. If I'm not mistaken, that's a 100 times multiplier. So when you get into something like that, you could be looking at something where Jigen's body got a increase of over 100 times, where he was basically fighting with the 8 inner gates level of power stacked on top of his own power, and then he's able to go into his Otsutsuki form transformation. Or if you stack that Jubi chakra onto the Otsutsuki form transformation, then that's how he's able to raffle stomp these guys. I definitely think this is the case, because let's look at it from a narrative perspective for a second, okay? So let's just assume that everybody's right, that Isshiki Otsutsuki is actually Kaguya's partner. Let's just assume that that's actually the case, all right? So if that is indeed true, then that definitely means that he would have to be weaker than Momoshiki and Kinshiki on his own. Now, why would you say that? I know somebody's asked me that. Well, here's the thing on this, okay? If he existed and Kaguya knew about him, then when Kaguya was building an army and she was afraid of other people in her clan, then she would have been fearful of Momoshiki, Kinshiki, Urashiki, as well as Isshiki Otsutsuki. Now, whether or not Kishimoto had even planned this far ahead, that remains to be debatable. I know that Kodachi Kaguya said that when he and Masashi Kishimoto finished the Boruto movie script in January of 2014, and before the Naruto manga had ended in November of 2014, a lot of the stuff that you're seeing in Boruto was stuff that they had already kind of planned out. So it is possible that maybe Kishimoto thought this out. I'm gonna say I don't quite think so, but the fact of the matter is if there was somebody this powerful out there, then if Kaguya feared Momoshiki, Kinshiki, and Urashiki, why not just contact this person if you're not afraid of him? Why not contact Isshiki if you think that he's more powerful than these guys? So I definitely think that he's probably somewhere closer to what you got with Kaguya herself. I think that he's somewhere where he rivals Kaguya in power. Now, which I just want to make sure you guys understand, that's not anything to turn your nose up at. Imagine somebody as strong as Kaguya, somebody who can create her own dimensions with their own planets and stars and solar system, somebody who had enough power to wipe out all of those dimensions. Imagine somebody like that being able to go into the 8 inner gates on top of that and become 100 times more powerful. So I definitely think that saying that Isshiki Otsutsuki in his regular form is somewhere comparable to Kaguya isn't anything to turn your nose up at, because again, the guy absorbed a lot of Jubi chakra, so we have no idea how big of an increase he got. At the end of the day, that says more about how powerful Naruto and Sasuke have gotten, that someone needs an Otsutsuki form transformation and a chakra boost that comes from a 10 tails in order to defeat them. Naruto and Sasuke are literal gods right now. Like, if they just went to a separate part of the Naruto world and just existed there, people would think that they were gods based on everything they could do. So I mean, that's just my assumption on this. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.